Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. No, that hotness on the front isn't me. I know you were confused. You're like, dang, Jules, you have come a long way and very quickly. That, my friends, is my soul sister, Tannyraw. Her name is actually Tanya Murphy, and today is her 49th birthday. Yeah, that hotness is 49. Get over your bad self, right? So people, I often reference Tannyraw as a social media phenom on every health platform, but I don't necessarily go into details. I have said that she's been a tremendous influence in my walk of just simply finding out how to even be vegan, let alone raw vegan, and just sort of the better way to live. But I really want to spend a moment singing her praises. If you've never found Tannyraw on any of those platforms, seriously, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Tannyraw.com, you definitely want to go there, because she has so much to share. But I just want to say a couple of things about what I love regarding Tanny. And mostly it's her humility. Like, honestly, when I first started watching her videos, I just laughed the whole time because she loved to sing. She is just absolutely shameless in singing any tune the best she can. She's just like, you know what? There's nothing more beautiful than someone who's not necessarily a singer, but they have the desire, and it just shines and comes through no matter what. And that girl's jam is my jam. Oh my gosh. She just has this whole recollection of everything from oldies but goodies to 80s pop to, great 70s music to total like acid rock. I mean, she's got genre after genre. I love it. Unfortunately, YouTube's kind of limited her now. But all of her early videos, she's been going for about 7 years now. She's been vegan for 19 years, for which 5 of those years she kind of was just floundering and finding her way, largely because there wasn't that much information about being vegan, let alone raw vegan. And so for about 5 years, she was trying to find her way, finding what worked best for her, and ultimately landed in raw vegan land, much of which she has created the foundation for in many ways. And one thing that's so cool, if you go back and binge watch Tannyraw, she has about 3,500 videos on YouTube and 9,000 posts on Instagram, many of which are videos. And if you just look up in the corner, it'll either have a square if there's like several photos in the post, or it'll have an arrow indicating that it's a video. And they're all so informative and just fun. She's fun. Like, that's why I mostly watched, because she was funny, she was fun. I often refer to Tanny-isms, and they're just repeated phrases that she uses again and again to affirm, of course, what she believes to be true. Everything from moment plus moment equals momentum to do different to get different. I mean, like, there's so many, but some of her early ones, which I just loved and cracked me up so much, was when she would say, are you picking up what I'm laying down, which was great. And my very favorite was when she would say, I don't care who you are, that's just funny. And whether it was funny or not, by the time she said it, I was laughing my butt off because it is just funny. Oh my gosh. I love that she comes from a rather difficult situation. I mean, her upbringing was a blessing. Her mother was a steadfast teacher for 35 years. Her grandmother was even in the system as like a superintendent or something. Her father, a tech wizard, okay? The guy just like can make a battery out of a sock and a piece of wire. I mean, he could do any of it. She just came from very cool parents. But in falling in love, she was in a less than lovely relationship that became more difficult over time and sadly more righteous over time. Her dude found religion, but certainly no religion I know. It was very abusive and awful, and he used it for manipulation. And praise God, by a series of events and a very difficult one with 2 little children in tow, she found herself raising her 2 kids herself. And if you watch her videos, and again, she has like 7 years worth of videos, you can see her whole story unfold. I'm paraphrasing some of the things that I've come to admire and love most about her. One thing that was so cool was that it was actually like her little 14-year-old son who said, Mom, you got a story to tell. Let me show you how to hold up a cell phone and say, hi, y'all. I won't dare to even do the accent. It is so brilliant. What she promptly taught me was that apparently I have an accent too. I'm like, wait, what? Yes, Juliana, to other people in the country and the world, you too have an accent. Who knew? Anyway, her brilliant accent and her little like 32-second video that she held up for the first time saying, hi, I'm Tannyraw and I'm just going to tell you, you know, what I'm doing to change my life. Like so cute, so simple, which has been built into an empire. Like honestly, you know, she has, let me just keep it in perspective. Okay, at JulesBlessedVegan, I've been here for 2 years. I'm coming up on 800 videos, okay? In that time, I have 209 followers, okay? And I'm grateful for all of you, as I suggested. But Tannyraw has 110,000, give or take 1,000. Okay, 110,000. For me, depending on my content or if people get bored, I lose 3 or 4 like every other day, honestly. Somehow, 110,000 people have said, I'm sticking with this girl. Hello? That is fruiting amazing, okay? Let's just say that. Anyway, so her precious son said, Mom, yeah, you've got a story to tell. And she just started telling her story, you know, just straight up, driving a car, listening to music, hanging out in a bikini in her kitchen, sitting out in the backyard, you know, cross-legged and eating a snack, whatever it was, she started telling her story. And it's built and built. You can find books of hers on Amazon. Some of them are my favorite. Most of them are in the kitchen. I was going to grab one and show you, but you know, just put in Tanya Murphy, Tannyraw, you'll find books on there. She, of course, has Tannyraw.com. She runs that reset that I reference all the time where you get, you know, 28 days of insane live content, 32 hours of live content, a ton of knowledge that she's built over the years, and just a better way, just a better way. So I wanted to give a shout out to her because she is 49 years old, okay? Just a little kid. For me, she's a little kid. Like, honestly, I probably could have been her babysitter. It's that kind of thing. I have a nephew that's the same age, okay? My nephew is going to be 49 in 2 weeks, my first nephew. He was born when I was about 5.5. But anyway, honestly, in just the last 7 years, the amount of healing and growth, again, if you just skim through her photos, is astounding. She is an absolute testimonial to why Raw works, okay? And the interesting thing was when I first found her, I was like, oh, look how skinny that girl is. And what's her deal? And I come from disordered eating, so of course I'm like, does she have an eating disorder? So no, so absolutely no. I can't even tell you how no that is. Like, she reminded me that people who honor their body, people who eat right in a good amount of food. I mean, my gosh, 1,800 to 2,200 calories a day. Get in their 20 minutes of exercise, drink their water, eat God's food, fruit, vegetables, healthy, plant-based fat. That's what they look like. Like, I forgot. I was so used to seeing all of the, you know, wallies, if you will, to where people are just wearing a padded suit, you know, that I forgot that forever lean, thin, strong, healthy people, that's what they look like. They don't have excess fat. They're just healthy. So when I saw that, I was like, I kind of aspired to that. I aspired to that. And the neat thing about it was she's been eating the same way for, you know, 14 years. Her weight has never differed between 2 or 3 pounds. Like, it's exactly honest for her body, which, I mean, I applaud all day long, all day long. It's so refreshing to go in your closet and know that whatever's in there will absolutely fit you, and that none of it needs to be discarded until you're ready, because there's no wear and tear when you're wearing the God-given body that you were called to wear. So I absolutely love that. Another thing I love about Tannyraw is her generous spirit. You know, she's one of those people, She's not going to harp on people. She's not going to seek them out. She's not going to hound people. She's going to be waiting for when people are ready for wellness. And she will work day and night, you know, to find that solution, to find the right answer, to get the knowledge she needs to help the entire planet move towards longevity and wellness. And any teacher, and I certainly am a teacher, and she was a teacher as well, and of course remains a teacher, but I mean a teacher of children, admire a student who is so steadfast and determined and so willing to do their homework. And in her case, unasked, you know, she'll often say she was not a student in the front of the classroom. She was hanging in the back, doing her nails, pushing the boys away. You know, she has come over time into all that she is, from being such a strong woman who knows that she's enough, that she doesn't need a man to complete her, though she would certainly choose a man like anyone to enjoy and walk through life with, but she doesn't need anyone to complete her. She's always continuing to grow, again, seeking out methods. So she has her common plan, right? She always says you've got to have a plan, and the plan will be in place when you falter, right? When you're shaky, the plan is solid. So she always has that foundational plan, but on top of that, she's always seeking interesting new ways. And that's what's been so fun these last few years. And it's only literally been 3 years, last month, October, 3 years ago, that I came upon my first Tannyraw video. And I was half listening for several months because it was just too much. I didn't understand vegan. I didn't know raw. It just seemed too much. And then finally, you know, 2 years ago in July, I actually committed to going to a reset, participating in a reset. And though I've faltered, I've largely been steadfast in getting to understand all the things, all the tools that she has to share, why they work. And I think one of her greatest strengths is affirmations. Everything that comes out of her mouth affirms who she is, the way she prefers to live, what she believes about life, why she eats the way she does and does the things she does. And I think there's so much power in that. I'll conclude, because I can go on all day about Tannyraw, and I wouldn't be wasting your time to do it because there'd be so much to learn. But I hope you will find her yourself and see how you can benefit from her message. But the other thing I love about it is that she's such an amazing, committed mother to her children, grandmother to her grandson, daughter to her parents. I mean, the nucleus of her family is very small. She only has 2 children. She only has 2 parents. She, you know, it's a small nucleus, but that little energy taking place in the south of our country has exponentially radiated throughout the world in Tannyraw's case. But certainly her daughter, Carly, who goes by Mountain Mommy, they're really touching the world in such a brilliant way because they don't want anything from anyone. They just want to share the message that there's a better way. There's a better way. And eating God's food, being raw vegan ideally, but certainly vegan, not harming animals in your food, is their message. But it's not just that. It's the entire person, the body, the soul, right? The spirit, the physical, mental, spiritually, and emotional, addressing the entire person. And I think any successful program in life does that. The 12-step program tries to address all the parts. Certainly the church, you know, in spirituality attempts to address the entire person. And that's what Tannyraw does. She wants to heal the entire person. And she's just cool. So happy birthday to Tannyraw, who's 49. Who would not want to look like that at 49? Yes, please. For the blessing that she's been in my life as I'm, you know, faltering my way to wellness and the body that God designed for me. And just the beautiful energy, sorry, I got startled just 1 second, that she puts out into the world all the time. So as always, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. Shout out to T-Raw on her birthday. And until we talk again, people, know that you're blessed.